Hey everybody, welcome to your Central Phoenix market update for February. This is the overall market update for the Central Phoenix area. This is from basically south of downtown Lincoln Street all the way up to Camelback between the 51 and the 17. So kind of the core of Central Phoenix. Not seeing any really strong trends. We had hoped to see a little bit stronger trends as far as pricing goes and demand at this point. We are definitely seeing some increase in demand, which is typical for spring, but no strong trends on pricing. Pricing is basically flat. Still seeing more new listings than we are closings at this point, but no reason for alarm either way. It's just kind of a flat market is what I would call it. Let's get into the numbers. Number of active homes, you can see a pretty consistent, steady climb here. This is pretty typical for this time of year. Nothing to be too alarmed about just yet. Pending listings, we're starting to see this number climb quite a bit. That is a good thing. It is not quite up to the level that the new listings are. That's why we're seeing the number of actives continue to grow. We're at about 70 now, which is about double what it was at the beginning of the year. New listings, now this is a weekly number. As you can see that it's kind of flattened out, but that is still 45 new listings per week. So that is almost double. If you look at the pendings is roughly about 30 days worth. That is roughly double the amount of pending. So that number of actives is going to continue to decline unless this number of new listings begins to peak out. Sold over the last 30 days, this number has been relatively flat after the end of the year. We would like to be seeing this number climbing a little bit more than this. So this is not a particularly great sign for the market. We should expect, though, that this number will climb if that jump in the pendings follows through, as long as those close. Sold over the last 6 months, also not seeing a big bounce in this number just yet. Not the direction that we had hoped to be going at this time of year. Months of supply, now this is also somewhat of a concerning number. We started off the year in a seller's market with 5.5 months of inventory. 6 months is a balanced market between buyers and sellers. We are at about 7.5 months of supply now, so not heading in the right direction. It definitely slanted a little bit towards buyers. This is about as bad as it got at any point last year, so this is not particularly heartening metric right now. We always get a dump of supply every year at the beginning of the year, and then we kind of chew through that, especially over the next couple months while the weather's still nice. Hopefully that is still going to be the case here, but again, this is somewhat concerning. Average sales price over the last 30 days. Now, this is our more volatile look at what's going on over the past month or so. It's a snapshot of the market at that particular time. You can see it's a bit of a roller coaster. We started off the year relatively high. We dropped some, and then we bounced back up a little bit. Average sale price over the last 6 months. This is a much more stable look at the market over a little longer period of time. You can see that basically prices are more or less flat. That bouncing around between the top peaks there and the lower peaks is about $5,000. Not a huge impact on the market or prices overall. Average days on market, both closed and active. Both of these numbers are dropping. Last year at this time when we were kind of already starting to see them climb. So that part seems to be a little bit better news. There you have it, folks. Our Central Phoenix market update for February. Again, not a huge trend in any particular direction. We did see rates drop last week to below 6% for the first time since 2022. So maybe that will boost demand a little bit and we'll begin to see some of that show up in the pending and the sales. But for now, we're just kind of a flat market is what I would call it at this point. Not the most exciting trend, not what we had hoped for necessarily this spring, but also nothing to scream or cry about at this point. If you have any questions for me, you can message me on the channel or call me or text me at 480-694-7643. If you'd like to continue to receive these updates, you can like or subscribe. And looking forward to seeing where these numbers go over the next few months.